Good morning. Welcome to another Monday morning coffee with Melissa. I'm your host, Melissa. Cheers. I invite you, if you don't have one already, pause the video now. Grab yourself your favorite morning beverage if you're watching this in the morning, or any time of the day beverage, whatever you want. You guys all know my beverage of choice in the morning is coffee. So I have my gourmet pour over coffee made right here. So anyways, okay, let's dive right into this morning's topic. I really love this topic. And I feel like it really resonates with folks who have anxiety. So again, I'm going to share more wisdom from Marie Forleo, her Everything is Figure-Outable book. And like I said before on the other video I did about this, a little excerpt from this book is, if you haven't had a chance to get this book, pick it up. Oh my gosh, it's on audio. She actually reads it. My husband is listening to the audio, and she is just, I love her. She's a Jersey girl. She lives in New York City, and if you're easily offended, I wouldn't recommend her though. I should put that disclaimer out, but she does kind of drop some F-bombs sometimes, but she does warn you before in videos if she does. But anyways, she's amazing. She just has such a big heart, and I'm just really enjoying her content. So my husband introduced me to her years ago. So anyways, okay, let's dive right in. So I want to share what she talks about fear. She says, fear is your soul's GPS. What? Now, I want to share something that we talk about in the primal health coaching world, in this circle, in this sphere, whatever you want to call it, is we know that our ancestors, like years and years ago, our ancestors, they'd be chased down by a tiger, and their adrenaline would kick in, and their cortisol levels would spike. Cortisol is a stress hormone, which you guys probably already know that. And their stress levels would spike and go way up, because their body was telling them, you're in danger. Like, you're literally going to die. You're going to die if you don't run fast and get away from this tiger or lion, whatever it is, bear, whatever it is chasing you. And so back then, our bodies were like, you're in danger. Nowadays, our bodies still have that reaction, but our bodies don't know that we're probably not necessarily physically in danger, okay? So a few examples of this are, one great example, like everyday life example, is when you do a workout where your heart rate gets super, super high. So a high intensity workout, high intensity interval training or HIIT, a sprint workout where you run as fast as you can and you get your heart rate up as high as it can go, and then you take a break and you just do that. You repeat that several times. That is a great example of our cortisol levels increasing when our bodies are like, oh my God, you're in danger. You're in danger. That's why it's really important to, if you're feeling high anxiety a day on a certain day, don't do workouts like that. Do not. Go for a walk, go for an easy bike ride, go for a swim, do a strength workout, low level cardio. Anyways, I digress a little bit, but that's like a real life example, a HIIT workout. And oftentimes we feel that though, like in other times of our life, we're scared to ask for a raise at work, or we're scared to leave our job or whatever. So Marie says, so how do you know if your fear is directive as opposed to keeping you alive? I'm quoting her. One sign is you can't get a certain idea out of your heart or mind. No matter how hard you try, it keeps popping back. Ideas like taking singing lessons, opening a bakery, writing a children's book, moving across the country, learning Spanish, running for a local office, saving or ending a relationship. You know, any number of delightful or risky creative endeavors. So, end quote. I want to have you think of a time when you were scared, like you had this fear inside of you. Like, how did you feel? What was going on? First of all, what was it? Was it maybe leaving a job? Was it investing in health coaching or personal training? Or I don't know, taking a trip, maybe going overseas when you've never been out of the country, anything. Think of a time and like, did you act on that? Like, what did you do? Well, we always act on it. We always act on it. We either stay where we're at in our comfort zone or we pursue whatever we're afraid of. So if you didn't act on it, if you didn't pursue it, why not? Were you too afraid? Were you taking it as a sign that from the universe that this isn't the right thing to do? Or did you act on it in a way where it really pushed you out of your comfort zone? And that's where I really love that fear is our soul's GPS. I love this because we're not meant to stay in our comfort zone. Okay, we have this little circle and we're here now. Okay, we're happy, and we're not at the weight we want to be. Yes, we have high anxiety, but we kind of accept it. We're comfortable with it, even though we're not truly happy with it. We're not truly comfortable, but we're not uncomfortable enough to go outside of our comfort zone. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So this happened to me when I was at my last corporate job. I really wanted to just pursue health coaching and personal training full time. I got my certifications. I was already training people. I already had my newsletter going. I had so many ideas in my head, but I was so scared to leave because of that safe paycheck, the security. And I had so much anxiety over it, so much. And here's the cool thing about my husband. We talked about it for months. And it wasn't something I just jumped right into because that's a big move. And so we talked about it for months, and finally he was like, just do it. Just do it. We'll figure it out together. Because, and this is before Marie's book, but now I say everything is figure outable. And I was like, fine, I'll do it. I put my notice in with my boss, and then I just felt this huge sigh of relief. Because I did it. I put my notice in. It was like, okay, if I decided to stay, then yes, that'd be totally okay. But I was like, nope. In my mind, there was no turning back. Like, this is it. I had made my decision and I was going to stand firm with it. And it was so great. It was amazing. So then I slowly, little by little stepped out of my comfort zone after I left my job and slowly started, stepping into being a true entrepreneur. And I'm still stepping into it every single day, just a little bit more every single day. And looking back, I'm like, because I just couldn't get it out of my mind. Could not get it out of my mind. And it helped my anxiety. Once you make a decision, because oftentimes with anxiety, the reason why we have anxiety is because we're indecisive and we can't make a decision. Am I right? Yes, because we have that fear holding us back. Should I do this? Should I not do it? Should I do this? Should I not do it? Should I do this? Should I not do it? We go back and forth. But once you make that decision and you stand firm with it and you commit to it, it's like, it's like the heavens part, and everything kind of starts to fall into place. So I want to encourage you, next time you have this fear and you have all these things coming up in your head, like, I can't afford it. get that a lot with health coaching and personal training. I can't afford it. I can't afford your rates. I've had people tell me this, where I can't afford your rates, but they don't even know what my rates are. They have no clue. And that to me is a sign that there's something else holding them back. Because oftentimes that's what it is. It's like, okay, maybe right now you can't afford it, but I guarantee I've seen people get creative with finding a way to, invest in either health coaching or personal training with me. Like they figure it out financially. If you really want something and you're like, okay, I'm scared that I have this fear in me telling me I can't afford it, but I'm going to figure it out because I want it that bad. And I'm totally flexible. I'm happy to get creative with you. And that's what I'm here for. I want to help you. I want to help you. And that's where it's like really just kind of leaning into your fear a little bit and knowing that fear is your soul's GPS telling you where to go. Okay, this is the next stop we're going to make on this journey of life. So I encourage you next time, when you're feeling afraid to do something, if it's constantly on your mind, it keeps coming back up, step back and ask yourself, okay, what are the excuses I'm coming up with? What do I feel like the fear is telling me? I can't afford it. Okay, well, that could always be figured out, with most things. I feel like it may not be immediate in the future, like right now, maybe a little further in the future, but you can figure it out. And I want you guys to remember this too. When you tell yourself I can't afford it, remember, time is the only non-renewable resource. Money is energy exchanged between two people, a company, whatever it is. So you could always make more money, but you can't get back more time. So if you spend your time letting this fear stop you from living your life, living your best life, I know it's cheesy, but really, honestly, if you do that, you can't get that time back. Think about that. Think about that. You cannot get that time back. Money, you could always earn more money. Always. I gotta say, I don't care what kind of economy, it doesn't matter. You could always earn more money. You may just have to get super, super creative with it, but you could always earn more money. You cannot get time back. Time is the only non-renewable resource. So I encourage you to think about that. Think about that when fear is driving you. Think about how fear is your soul's GPS and that time is the only non-renewable resource. So think about that. Let me know in the comments how you feel and what happens next time you do that. So I love seeing your transformations. I love seeing the growth. Even if it's the tiniest growth, it's still growth. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Again, I'm so excited. And again, I'm not going to say it. I can't say it too many times. Pick up this book, Everything is Figure Outable by Marie Forleo. Everyone could benefit from it. There's exercises at the end of each chapter, and I just really dig her. So, okay, guys, thanks for watching and enjoy your Monday. I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.